Welcome to the Dan Sports Tips Daily Fantasy MLB show for today, the 7th of July. I'm going to take a look at everything you need for your daily fantasy games on DraftKings today, starting with starting pitchers, stacks of the day, how we can construct a lineup to maximise our point scoring potential. I'm going to provide a foundation player at every position bar catcher that should be used as the foundations to build a winning lineup on, and a value player at each position as well. For anyone who hasn't had the opportunity to sign up and play daily fantasy sports with DraftKings yet, I will stick a link in the description for this video to enable you to do that today. I shall start with starting pitchers. I will say, I think it's a day that you're going to have to pay up a pitcher. There are some terrible looking matchups at the cheaper end, which is unfortunate considering it's a Coors Field day today. I think Drew Pomeranz of the San Diego Padres for $11,700, the top price pitcher of the day, who gets the Dodgers, who are pretty average for strikeouts. Pomeranz has been the most consistent pitcher for the Padres. He's got 109 strikeouts in 95 innings pitched this year, and he is a solid play against an inconsistent Dodgers lineup. He's certainly worth paying the money for today. Rich Hill of the Oakland Athletics for $11,400. Houston ranked number 2 for strikeouts in baseball this year. Hill has got 80 strikeouts in 70 innings. Obviously, he did have that trip to the DL earlier in the year. He's got multiple double-digit strikeout performances this year as well. He does present quite large upside against the team that he has had success against in the past. I think Rich Hill is a solid play for your money as well. And Justin Verlander of the Detroit Tigers for $10,400. The Blue Jays bats have started to heat up in recent games. Verlander is a strikeout pitcher. The Jays do rank 7th in the league for strikeouts this year, and while it's too expensive to really be called an upside play, Verlander has kept the home runs in check recently, so I do think the ceiling's high enough, as is the floor, to make him worth the money. Others may shy away from Verlander today as well, because it is the Blue Jays and their bats have been hitting the ball rather a long way in recent games. But I think those are the three sure things, if you like, at pitcher. I mean, you can consider the likes of Trevor Bauer against the New York Yankees. They don't strike out much, and I don't think that he's necessarily worth the money he'll cost you today. James Paxton of Seattle, he faces Kansas City. They don't strike out a lot. Wouldn't touch Hector Santiago with stolen money. Bartolo Colon doesn't get a lot of strikeouts. He's against Washington. There just isn't a lot. I mean, Doug Fister's another one against Oakland. They don't strike out a lot. He doesn't get a lot of strikeouts. There's just nothing down at the bottom end of pitcher today that looks like value to me. Looking at our stacks of the day, it is a Coors Field day. We've got 2 pitchers there that are performing poorly, so all hitters are in play at Coors for Philly and Colorado, but then you don't need me to tell you that or go through that. Alternative stacks, I think the Tampa Bay Rays are worth stacking against Hector Santiago if you're playing the early games. Santiago has an ERA over 8 against the Rays in his career. He is a fly ball pitcher. The Rays hit lefties well. Third baseman Evan Longoria for $4,500. It's a .283 hitter with 18 home runs. Outfielder Steven Souza Jr. for $33,600. He has a home run off of Santiago, .263 with 10 homers this year. And Brandon Guyer in the outfield, he hits from the right side of the platoon, $3,700, .256 hitter with 7 home runs this year as well. The other stack I like today is the San Diego Padres. They are good at hitting left-handers. They face Ryu of the Dodgers, who's back after missing a season and a half due to injury. Maybe worth taking a shot at. First baseman Will Myers for $5,400 on the right side of the platoon. He's .295, 19 homers and 14 stolen bases this year. In his last 7 games, he is hitting .423. Matt Kemp in the outfield for $3,500. He's hitting .263 with 16 home runs this year. And Melvin Upton Jr. in the outfield for $4,200. He's .261, 13 homers and 19 swipes on the year. For my foundation players today at first base, I will take Anthony Rizzo of the Chicago Cubs. He's got the platoon in the matchup. He's a .282 hitter with 20 home runs. My second baseman is Jose Altuve of the Houston Astros for $5,200. Has hit a home run off of Rich Hill. He's hitting .350 with 14 home runs and 22 steals this year. In his last 15 games, he's hit .387 with 4 home runs as well. Josh Donaldson at third base for Toronto is $5,500. He's a .301 hitter with 22 bombs on the year. .393 with 4 of those home runs in his last 7 games. Shortstop Aledmys Diaz for St. Louis is $4,900. He's platoon proof. He hits righties in many ways better than lefties, to be honest. .319 with 12 home runs against the rookie starter today. And in the outfield, Mike Trout of the Los Angeles Angels, $5,200, .323, 18 home runs, 14 steals on the year. Last 15 games, hitting .436 with 4 home runs. For my value plays, I've cheated a little bit at catcher. Obviously, I like to keep my value plays under 4,000, but I will take Wilson Ramos of Washington for 4,300. It's basically the best hitting catcher, him and LaCroix out there. 330, well, Buster Posey I'm probably doing a disservice to as well, but Ramos is 4,300, 335, 13 homers on the year. Miguel Cabrera at first base is platoon proof. He's cheap today at 3,800, 298 with 18 home runs. I think the Detroit Tigers look like they're priced up for Marco Estrada, and obviously they're facing Drew Hutchison, so I think there's some value in the Tigers today. Yangervis Solarte of the San Diego Padres at second base. He does also qualify at third. He's 3,300. It's another one with the platoon advantage over Ryu of the Dodgers. 308 with 7 home runs. As I say, he is a switch hitter. His last 7 games, he's hit .462 with 3 homers. Jeffrey Marte, third base, also qualifies in the outfield for the Angels. $3,700 today. 224, 5 homers on the year. Right side of the platoon in the matchup with the Tampa Bay Rays. Shortstop Jose Reyes of the New York Mets for 3,200. He went 2 for 4 yesterday in his second game back after signing for the Mets. I think, you know, Reyes has come back home and could maybe launch and really provide a spark for the Mets in the coming weeks. In the outfield, Matt Kemp of San Diego, 3,500's ridiculously cheap for him. 263 with 16 home runs, as I said earlier, and he has the platoon advantage in the matchup. That's all I've got for you today. Best of luck with your lineups. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show. Don't forget to like the video. Hit me up in the comments with the daily fantasy plays you like today, and press that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I will be here all MLB season and through the NFL season with daily fantasy sports advice. If you haven't signed up yet, or you're interested in starting to play daily fantasy sports, please click the link in the description for this video, and that'll take you where you need to go to start playing with DraftKings today. Best of luck with your lineups and have a great day.